Flying from Saipan to the island of Rota, a tropical paradise in the West Pacific. Below is our hotel. The greeting, half a day. I was visiting friends in Saipan when we decided to visit a friend in Rota, about 75 miles to the south. Cliff and his son Nick were my companions for a quick trip to visit our friend Keith and his family. Rota is part of the Marianas, known as the Friendly Island, and we booked the best hotel in town, the Rota Resort, that we'd just flown over. Newly renovated with beautiful gardens and pool and great views. It also has a golf course and 3 restaurants. Immediately, we felt we were in paradise. It's a relatively small island, 12.3 miles long and 4.2 miles wide. In total, 32 square miles. The population, only 2,500. But a beautiful tropical paradise, relatively unspoilt.
You too can have a body like this if you're not careful.
Today, the attraction of the island is mainly its beauty and solitude, but it has many intriguing sights to explore, not least the Latte stones, ancient Chamorro pillars, often capped by a hemispherical stone with the flat side facing up, used as building supports by the Chamorro people. They're found throughout the Marianas, as much as 1,200 years old and older. Many are collapsed or partially buried, but which have become a symbol of the Chamorros. Keith was our guide, and the next destination was the Sagua'gaga Seabird Sanctuary, which lies below limestone cliffs overlooking the Pacific. That is a favorite habitat of many birds. This is not surprising, but the introduction of the brown tree snake to Guam, 50 miles to the south, literally wiped out the bird population. Here, there are no snakes to prey on the birds, and they flourish. I believe this is a white-tailed tropic bird. The cliffs providing excellent views both of the scenery and the birds. There are species of bird here that are only found on Rota. This is the collared kingfisher that is quite abundant on Rota. Keith is pleased to see us again. Not many people visit. From there we drove around the island to the main village called Songsong, and on reaching there went up to a lookout point that overlooks the village. Songsong means village in Chamorro, and is built on a small peninsula that juts out into the Pacific. In the distance is what is called the wedding cake, so named because the pine trees on the flat top look like candles. We saw an interesting specimen of flora there. The red part of these leaves, not part of the plant, but a parasite. During World War II, the Japanese occupied Rota and left several mementos of their visit. This huge cannon, perhaps the most interesting. After all these years, still mobile. And Cliff aiming it at the wedding cake as the sun set. Gave us a great photo op. Cliff finally balanced on the barrel and a beautiful Rota sunset. From there it was time to savor Rota cuisine.
Okay, we're here in beautiful Rota. We're waiting for a hamburger and fries, which is the speciality.
The Taga burger was the speciality of this restaurant. The Taga burger was invented in Rota.
Now he's going to eat a bite. See this? Wow, man, he opened his mouth, the room disappeared.
In those days, the restaurant was called the Figueroa. Next day, we continued our exploration. Clear skies, blue ocean, no pollution, and that great feeling of it's good to be alive. Average temperature, yearly temperature, 29 degrees centigrade. And Cliff waxing eloquent about his desire to live here, right on the ocean. Next stop, the Gagani fruit farm for a taste of Rota's exotic flavors. The place itself was beautiful, right on the ocean. Run by the Gagani family, the farm has some picnic tables and some tropical fruit trees like mango and breadfruit. A great example of breadfruit. For me, bringing back memories of the years I spent in Jamaica. After enjoying a fruit drink, we continued our journey, getting some great views of the Pacific coastline. The island is so remote, we even have to leave the road and walk to explore the place. It's a quiet, peaceful place that in many ways reminded me of the Caribbean in the early 70s, unspoilt. But I imagine giving the locals a catch-22 situation as they realize tourism is probably essential to its survival, but will inevitably destroy what it is. We then drove back to Songsong Peninsula. The weather, amazing, so clear, blue skies. 2 facts about driving here. First of all, there are no traffic lights, and the speed bumps in Songsong go down, not speed bumps, more like speed dips. The coast at Songsong Beach on the peninsula is breathtaking. The colors, the tropical ambience, it's like standing in a picture postcard. The ocean here is one of the clearest in the world, with over 100-foot visibility and even 200 feet at times. Great for diving. In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan's armada of 3 ships saw this island but passed by and did not stop until it reached Guam. The first European to arrive was in 1524, the Spanish navigator Juan Sebastian Elcano, who annexed it together with the rest of the Mariana Islands on behalf of the Spanish Empire. Today, it is simply a paradise in the middle of the West Pacific, 1,000 miles from the nearest landmass, and one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth. Not only is it a wonderful place to visit, but you will meet wonderful, friendly people here. A place in the sun, a place to relax, away from the madding crowds.
This is the window seat. They let you open the window on this flight.
Oh, and yes, I closed the window for takeoff. Another memorable trip. I like poetry, the very word poem being Greek, meaning workmanship. And confronted with this beauty, I wanted to write something. But then I realized it's like it's God's poem, written in colors, in sounds, in aromas, as sky and sea and grass and trees and flowers merrily dance along the stanzas. I wanted to write a symphony, but I realized this is also God's symphony, as wave, bird, insect, and even humans agree and cooperate to play the tune that God has masterfully prescribed. The wind conducts, and creation plays its symphony, at times violent, at times serene, at times destructive, at times healing, but always awesome.